Okay, so I'm back, and in this video I'm going to talk about the first 6 days of the G1 Climax. Normally, like the past 2 years, I did the videos of, okay, days 1 through 3, 4 through 6, but you know what, I'm just going to change it and just go ahead and knock out, just condense it and just, not condense it, but I'm just going to go back the first 6 days into one single video. Plus, I'm doing this about an hour and a half before day 7 of the G1 starts. So, yeah, it's been a while since I did a video. The last one I did was Dominion. So, yeah. And I've been keeping up with like G1 special and stuff, the Bull Clips of War and all that. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the G1. So yeah, day 1, you start off with the A block. You got Togi Makabe defeating Yoshihashi. Nice solid match to open things up. So, you know, Yoshihashi trying to fight Makabe with his own style. Pretty good, solid, strong style match. But Makabe was just too strong. And he took him out with the King Kong knee drop. Then after that, we get to Adam Page defeating Bad Luck Fale by disqualification when Tama Tonga and Tangaroa, the Gorillas of Destiny, they ended up running out and jumping him. And this is continuing the Civil War storyline regarding the Bullet Club, where Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, Tangaroa, they've been fed up with Kenny Omega, like all this stuff he was doing, from forming the Elite with the Young Bucks, making a subgroup, to the beef with Cody Rhodes, between Omega and Rhodes. This has been building up, and now this is what's going on. So yeah, Adam Page, he got points on the board, DQ. It's whatever, although unfortunately the Bullet Club interference, it's back. And this is like a trope that they had when Prince Devitt was the leader of the Bullet Club back then. So yeah, so it was fine for this first night, but it gets annoying later on. But yeah, moving on. You get the Unbreakable Michael Elgin defeating Evil. This was a really good match from these two. They were just going at it. This is really good of Japanese strong style where you just got a lot of stiff striking, and Elgin. Like this is a perfect style for Michael Elgin, where he can really lay his forearms in, and they sound great when he's throwing those forearms, when he does that spinning back fist. It just sounds nasty when it makes contact, when he's making contact. That's one thing I really liked. Like, Evil didn't back down. There's just two guys just beating the shit out of each other. Really fun match to see. And then you had Hiroshi Tanahashi defeating Minoru Suzuki. Another great match where these guys were beating the shit out of each other. Suzuki was working over the leg of Tanahashi. Tanahashi, great job of selling, but he was able to overcome the odds, hit the back-to-back high fly flows for the win. Had a fun match. And then you had Jay White, and then to close out day 1, Jay White defeated the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, which he did it where he had a ref bump, and he ended up hitting Okada with a low blow, and then there was like 2 ref bumps, and then he ended up hitting Okada with a chair, and he hits his switchblade finisher, which is the Sister Abigail. It's known as the Sister Abigail in WWE, which is Bray Wyatt's finisher. But yeah, Jay White won, which it was fine for the first night. Like, it's his character Switchblade, where he'll do some heel shit. Where it was fine for this first match, but it grows tired when you get to the second night. So yeah. But yeah. We're gonna go on to I thought the show was pretty I thought we had a pretty good show. Like, the opening night was pretty good. I have to say I would give this night 8 out of 10, even despite like the interference and stuff. It was pretty good. Didn't grow tired. So moving on to day 2, we got the B block, and we're starting off with Tomohiro Ishii defeating Toru Yano. Now, normally with Toru Yano matches, it's been known how I feel about Yano, how much I hate him, and how I think he's garbage. Well, I gotta admit, I actually like this match. It wasn't your typical Yano match where you see Yano actually doing some wrestling moves. It's like, man, like, that really surprised me. Where Yano, you saw him doing some arm drags, saw him do a belly to belly, seen him hit a German. It's like, okay, Yano, like, this is actually something different from Yano. And if we can actually get this throughout most of the tournament, like, if Yano's gonna do this consistently, I'm cool with it. Now, this would be a change I will perfectly welcome. But yeah, but the ending, I really didn't like how they had Ishii win, where he just low blows Yano and he rolls him up for a 3 count. I really didn't like how they made Ishii look weak there. That just makes Ishii look weak. Like, I've seen him like fucking beat Fale with the brainbuster, but him beating Yano like that, I wasn't with it. But yeah, we go from Tama Tonga defeating Juice Robinson, Bullet Club interference, Tongaroa at ringside. I really didn't care for this, and I get it. They're trying to get back to like Bullet Club during the Prince Devitt era, but you can only take that so far. So, like, the first night, it's like, okay, fine, I could tolerate it. Actually, no, I don't think it was this match. Actually, no, never mind. No, it wasn't this match. I'm getting them mixed up. But that was Fale and Okada in day 3. But yeah, Tama Tonga defeating Juice Robinson. And in this tournament, it's starting to become a trope, like a typical thing with Juice Robinson, where there's a body part of his hurt. I can't remember in the G1. I think he hurt the last year. He had like an injured leg. I think he had it the year before. I could be wrong. Was he in the year before? Actually, no. I don't think he was in the year before. No. Because 2017 G1, that was his first year. So, yeah. Now he has like, his left hand is injured. And he has like almost like he has it heavily taped. His left hand's heavily taped. So, and they have this thing where, like, if he tries to punch somebody with it, he's gonna get disqualified. But yeah, Tama Tonga, he has not been great the past 2 years of the G1. Like, he's kind of forgettable with his performances, but whatever. Then you had Goto and Sonata. This is a good match. Hiroki Goto defeating Sonata. Pretty good match from these two. They always have good matches together. Goto doing as usual, buzzsaw kicks, Saito suplex, reverse GTR, GTR, usual Sonata, double leapfrog drop kick, springboard drop kick, nice. His plancha's dope. Like good spot. These two are good workers. Sonata, like New Japan has really done a lot for him. Because when he was in TNA, now aka Impact Wrestling, they did not do him justice. Which is why if I see somebody from Japan come to Impact, I will be a little weary. Because history has shown that Impact, they haven't been the best at handling these type of wrestlers. But anyway, Goto got his points on the board. Then you had Kota Ibushi defeating Zack Sabre Jr. Really good match from these two. Ibushi with his MMA background, Zack Sabre Jr. It was really good technical match. Fun to watch. Zack Sabre Jr. with the all putting Ibushi in multiple submissions. Really liked Kota Ibushi's plancha. That when he does that penalty kick, sometimes he misses, sometimes he hits it, sometimes he misses it, and then he hits a standing moonsault. I like that. Love that spot. His pop-up powerbomb's nice. And then he won with the knockout knee, which I really enjoyed. And then we have Kenny Omega defeating Tetsuya Naito. Easily the best, one of the best, if not the best match of the G1 so far. And this is like the third time they've wrestled. The first time was in the finals of the G1 2016, where Kenny Omega had won, and I was pissed about that. And I still feel that Naito should have won and taken the title off Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11. And then 2017, like last year's G1 finals, it was Omega and Naito again. This time Naito won, and he went on to the Tokyo Dome, but he ended up jobbing to Okada, which I still feel to this day, like I still feel it's bullshit. But Omega defeated him. It was another great match. These two just go well together. As much as I don't like Kenny Omega, his character, dressing up as Disney princesses, all that garbage, one thing I can never deny is how great he is in that ring. He is one of the best in that ring. Love him or hate him. But G1 Day 2, I have to say that was a really good day. I would get if I was to give that a rating, like day 1, I'll probably give it like 7.5 to 8. This one I would say 8 out of 10, although I'll put it above day 1. And then we go to day 3. You have Michael Elgin defeating Adam Page. Page was taking it to Elgin, but Elgin just overpowering him. That was good. Evil defeats Yoshihashi. That was another nice match. Evil does his usual spots, like he would often wrap the chair around Yoshihashi's neck. Whenever he wraps the chair around your neck, and he would just either ram you into the ring post, corner of the ring post, or he would grab another chair and he would just smash it with the chair wrapped around his opponent's neck. I always love that spot with Evil. Pretty dope. That was a nice match. Togi Makabe and Minoru Suzuki. Oh, I really liked that match. Two guys just beating the shit out of each other. And Makabe won with the King Kong heat drop. But that was just fun how they were just throwing forearms at each other. Suzuki just doing shit, talking like, man, get that bitch shit out of here. But yeah, Bad Luck Fale defeating Okada. This is where the Bullet Club interference becomes a problem, where it turns into WCW. It feels like I'm watching a match from an episode of WCW in 2000, which we already know that was just terrible. Jay White defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi, and this is where it's getting overplayed with the shitty finishes. This is where it just starts to get overplayed, and this was just a step down. Like, with the talent that was in this tournament, I'm expecting this to be great. I had pretty high expectations, and hopefully they can surpass. This is pretty much a step down from like the past 2 years. So I'm really disappointed. Good match, but this has got to stop. We don't need every Jay White match to be like this in G1. But I just hope they just cut, and it just gets ridiculous. Hopefully they cut it out with day 7. But yeah, oh man, 16 minutes into the video, so I'm probably just speed it up a little bit now. Sonata defeating Tama Tonga. He had interference from Bullet Club though, and like Tongaroa and stuff. He got ejected in this match, and Sonata ended up rolling up Tama Tonga for the 3 count. Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Toru Yano. This is another match I actually liked. Probably not as well as, might not have liked it as quite as much as like the Ishii match, but it was still pretty good. Yano, apparently he has a background in amateur wrestling, I hear. If that's the case, I like to see Yano wrestle like this more often. So hopefully we can get that in the future G1 matches. Kota Ibushi defeated Juice Robinson. This is another pretty good match. And because Juice is still selling his hand injury, Ibushi doing his thing. Juice Robinson, he's just fun to watch. So whenever I watch a Juice Robinson match, I get excited. Plus, like, his promos are pretty funny at times. Like the one where I can't remember who he beat, but at the end of the promo, he went and said, "Hey, I'm gonna celebrate my win by going balls deep in Japanese women." That was just a pretty funny promo, but good match from these two. Enjoyed it. Yeah, Tetsuya Naito defeating Tomohiro Ishii. These two continue to have really good matches. Because I remember their match for the IWGP Heavyweight title at Wrestling Dontaku from 2 years ago. That was a really good match. And you didn't have... you know what? I would actually say this was better than their heavyweight title match. I like this better than the heavyweight title match since you didn't have Evil, Bushi, Sonata running out and interfering. Like, Naito, like, no interference whatsoever. So I really like that. Then we had the main event, Kenny Omega defeating Haruki Goto. Great match. Where this is, even though they had less time than they did in the actually no. Oh, wait a minute, I just botched. Goto and Omega actually fought in the 2016 G1 finals. Omega fought Naito and beat him in the B block of the finals of the B block to determine who would go and face Goto. But this was a really good match, and I might put this up there with their match at the G1 finals from 2 years back. And This one, they didn't even have the time limit. They were actually constricted to like a 30-minute time limit, but they still managed to put on a great match. So, Omega with his spots, his V trigger, Tope con Hilo, Finley roll, followed up by his moonsault. Goto with his Ushigoroshi, Saito suplex. I think didn't he eat the Shotenkai? I think he did. Can't remember, but it was a really good match. Great match nonetheless. But day 4 of the B block was pretty good. So it was better than step up from day 3. Then we get to day 5, and this is the problem. This is where I feel that there's a problem. But oh yeah, day 4, like day 3, I think I gave, day 3 would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Like 7.5. And then day 4, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Day 5, Jay White defeating Michael Elgin. This is getting ridiculous. You mean to tell me you can't even let Jay White, if Jay White's gonna win, give him a clean win? Is he really going to look weak throughout the whole G1? Are we really going to have that? And I know some people are speculating that he might win the G1, which I'd rather not, because because I'm supposed to be sold that, okay, this guy's a cool challenger, but this guy is a legit challenger, but I can't even be sold on the idea, can't suspend my belief and be sold on the idea that he's a challenger when he can't even have a clean win. Where he's whack. Jay White's a great worker, although I just really don't like how they're booking him. I get that it kind of fits his character, but can you use that in moderation? Those shitty finishes in moderation. This shit it's really getting on my nerves already. Then you have Minoru Suzuki defeating Yoshihashi. Good match from these two. Yoshihashi being an underdog, trying to stand up to Suzuki and get an upset win, but Suzuki was too much of a beast and just pile drove his ass for a 3 count. Then you got Evil defeating Togi Makabe. This was good, really good match. Evil showing he can go blow for blow with Makabe. Makabe did good. Pretty good match, and good to see that Makabe ain't going undefeated, because it's like, I just hope he ain't winning every fucking match. So it's good to see him put over Evil clean. Then you got the co-main event where Hiroshi Tanahashi ended up beating Bad Luck Fale by DQ. Like, the interference just got it, and this is where the interference really gets on my nerves. Where every time Tama Tonga threw Tanahashi out the ring and stuff, not Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, like, yeah, Tonga roll, constantly interference. Like, dude, enough with the interference. We get it. They're heels. But damn, stop doing the same old shit. This is just This match belonged on an episode of WCW in 2000. Like, this is WCW 2000 with the Bullet Club. Right now it's like, yep, we're gonna run in. Up, Tama Tonga runs in. Oh, King Aku's gonna run in. But yeah, and they were constantly jumping him, and when you had that ref bump and Tama Tonga and Tonga were jumping Tanahashi, and when the ref woke up, he saw this. Like Fale was like had his arm up, and Red Shoes, he's just like he sees this and it's like he sees Tama Tonga, the Gorillas of Destiny there, and he's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. You're DQ'd. Get the fuck out of here. That was actually a pretty funny moment though. Like when Red Shoes is just like he kinda like he got knocked out, and when he recovered and he woke up, he knew that the Gorillas of Destiny had interfered, and just like, you know what, fuck you guys, DQ, and then they jumped Tanahashi and this stuff, and yeah, and then the main event, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada defeats Adam Page, and then Okada going into this G1, they have Okada where he's in a slump ever since he dropped the title to Kenny Omega at Dominion, and he's not quite himself without the title. But Adam Page taking it to Okada, and they had a really good match. So Page keeping up with Okada, like Adam Page, this is probably the best match I've seen from Adam Page. Not just like in New Japan, but overall, including like his time in ROH. Like I really like this match. This is a match I wouldn't mind going back to watch. So yeah, the standings for the A. So yeah, I'm gonna go over the standings in the A block as of now, and this is right before day 7. So we got Jay White at the top with 6 points. You got Hiroshi Tanahashi, Unbreakable Michael Elgin, Evil, and Togi Makabe tied for 4 points. You got the Rainmaker. You got Okada, Suzuki, Fale, and Page tied for 2 points. And then in dead last is Yoshihashi with 0 points. And now we're going to go on to day 6. We got Toru Yano defeating Kota Ibushi. And just when you thought that Yano it's like, oh man, we're going to get good matches from Yano, we get this match where it's typical Yano with his whole bullshit. We had the fucking duct tape thing where he tried to duct tape Ibushi on the guardrail or something like that. Which one where he tried to duct tape him on the apron. This match was fucking garbage. And yeah, it gives me memories of that last man standing match between John Cena and Batista at Extreme Rules 2010, where Cena duct taped Batista's feet to the ring post where he couldn't get up. Why? This was horrible. Sonata defeating Zack Sabre Jr. We got an upgrade, and it was a really good match. Really good technical wrestling match from these two, where they were doing nothing, but a lot of the match was them doing a whole lot of pinning combinations, countering each other's pinning combinations. Like, I really love the back and forth between these two. I wouldn't mind seeing another match between them. You know, like let's say one of them has like an IC title match. Let's say Sonata gets like the US title or something like that. Never open weight. And he has to go up against Sabre. And you give him a 60-minute time limit. I like to see what they could do with the 60-minute time limit. Then we have Tetsuya Naito defeating Juice Robinson. Throughout the match, Naito will work over the hand of Juice Robinson, his left hand, which is heavily taped. And Robinson, he was fighting hard, fighting with a bunch of heart, but at the end, it just wasn't enough, and Naito hit the Destino to beat him. Then you had Kenny Omega defeating Tama Tonga, disqualification, when you had Tangaloa and Fale, they were running out, and It's WCW 2000 style booking with this match. But I'm not quite as mad. It's like, okay, they're playing into the Bullet Club Civil War story, which I wish they would kind of take a break. They would have taken a break from that and just focused on a quality match, because I think they could have did that. But they didn't. They just put out this bullshit. And yeah, that was lame. And I remember for a second, I mistaked this and I thought this was the main event. Because I'm thinking, oh man, I must have missed Ishii and Goto. But turns out Ishii and Goto was the main event. And that was a damn good main event for day 6. These guys, Chaos members, they were just going hard at it. I've seen them wrestle each other before. I think I saw like a G1. I think it was like 2012. And this is like before Goto joined Chaos. This was pretty good. Really good. They were just hitting each other forearms, just beating the shit out of each other. This was a very great match, and I really enjoyed it, man. Probably put this in my top 5. I might put this in my top 5 matches, the G1 so far. Who knows? By the end of it, it could end up being one of my top 5 matches. It should definitely be a top 10 match. But Ishii ended up getting the win. I think Ishii, he picked up the win with a brainbuster. And I remember Goto at one point, he did like he was trying to do the Shotenkai. Which, one thing I want to talk about with Goto is, I've always wondered, why did he stop using the Shotenkai as his finisher though? I mean, the GTR is a dope finisher. I really like the GTR finisher, but don't get me wrong, but why did Goto stop using the Shotenkai? I always thought that was a dope finisher as well, man. But it's whatever. And the standings of the B block currently, you got Kenny Omega at the top with 6 points. You got Tetsuya Naito, Kota Ibushi, Sanada, and Ishii tied with 4 points. You had Goto, Zack Sabre Jr., Tama Tonga, and Toru Yano tied with 2 points. And Juice Robinson is at the bottom with 0 points. Like day 5 of the G1, I'm gonna give this one 6.5, 7 out of 10. With day 5, day 6, if I was to give that one a rating, I would give it 7. 6.5, 7 out of 10. With the WCW style booking they've been doing in regards to Bullet Club. But so far, this G1, I've been disappointed in this G1 so far. I know New Japan, like, you got a stacked roster, man. I mean, the A block, we got Okada, Tanahashi, Elgin, Evil, Suzuki, Page, Yoshihashi. You got a plethora of amazing workers. We should be having much better match quality. I mean, yeah, you got Fale, who's pretty, and Fale, he's not too bad in the ring. He's alright. He has solid work. And then the B block side of things, you got a pretty good stacked card. You got a stacked deck on the B block side as well. Omega, Naito, Ibushi, Sanada, Ishii, Goto, Zack Sabre Jr., Juice Robinson. Like, we should be getting great matches from both sides. But now they kind of sacrifice the quality of matches for these shitty finishes. It's like, which, it's really disappointing to see. So, that's been the first 6 days of the G1. So I'll be back. I'll be back to give you days 7 through 12, although I might be back before that, because I'm really thinking of doing a video, and it won't be wrestling talk, but talking comics, but talking about the Man of Steel book by Brian Michael Bendis. What I think about, I might do that video maybe tomorrow. This week, I might do it this week. I'm not sure when, but I might do it before my next G1 video. G1 video. Also, a video bearing Tom King's Batman, because I've been sick of his Batman run. But this video's gone long enough, so I got some videos in the future that I'm gonna be talking about. So we're gonna expand, not just talk about wrestling, but talk a little bit of comics, like DC, Marvel, like cinematic universe and stuff, and also maybe talk a little sports as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you enjoy my videos, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.